Hello, and thanks for joining me. My name's Cole. And before we get into our bodies, into a relaxing chill flow, I just want to share something with you that I'm celebrating today, which is today we had the graduating ceremony of the Mindfulish School YTT, Yoga Teacher Training. So me and Jack St. Pierre created from the ground up yoga teacher training. And we took 23 students from around the world and to go on this journey and this yoga exploration. And it was just incredible and just floored today, like the gravity and the brevity of the power of this practice. I know how powerful it is, but just to hear it reflected in our ceremony today, everyone's experience throughout the training, like to get to really feel the shift was just so humbling, so fortunate to have been introduced to this practice, to have had it work its magic and continue to work its magic in my life, and to be able to share that in this program and to share it with you all every week. Like, I'm just so lucky that this practice is such a gift, and it's so much more than the asana, the postures that we do on our mat. It's really getting to know ourselves. We use different methods and different tools through breath, through movement, through stillness to really create a safe space within ourselves. And often, my safe space began on this four corners of my mat, and then slowly it began to extend to myself as well. And that's something that a common thread that I heard reflected in people sharing is that they feeling more like themselves, feeling more accepting of themselves, feeling more confidence, more ability to express themselves, to be heard and to be seen. Oh man, just to be able to be in community of love and support and acceptance is something really powerful. And it really also shows how much we need more of that. So rant over, not rant, but maybe I'll talk more about this at the end of class or in another video. So if you do want to hear more about it, I would love to tell you about it. But for tonight, for this class, let's get into our bodies. This is really what we use yoga for. And yoga means union. We can look at that a lot of different ways, but we're looking at this inner union. We're so split so often. There's parts of us we like, there's parts of us that we don't like, there's parts that we show, parts that we don't, parts that we hide. So it's this inner union, bringing the pieces back together. Realizing our wholeness underneath all the layers. So close your eyes down. And let's take a Padma mudra. So it's like prayer hands, but we're going to keep the thumbs and the pinkies together and open up the palms. It's like a lotus flower. Padma mudra. And lotuses, and they grow from the mud. So from chaos and turmoil and challenge, beautiful things can be bloomed and blossomed. So it's a beautiful reminder of this internal, the ability that we hold both, the capacity that we hold both internally. Challenge and bloom. To honor both, all pieces. Steady breath in and out. Notice your breath. Feel the breath. Maybe through your thumbs, you can even feel the chest rise and fall. So maybe you can think of something that's been weighing on your mind or on your heart, or a piece of you that you could bring more into the light, give some more attention to, or some parts of you that are ready to shift and bloom. One more inhale. Full exhale. And gazing down at the hands and then reaching the arms out. And inhale, lifting them up. Exhale, hands behind the back. Interlace the hands, roll the shoulders back, heart center forward. Bend the elbows, open the heart space. The elbows can reach towards one another, so you're getting really broad from shoulder to shoulder. And slowly release hands to the heart, Padma mudra. Push the arms out and up on an inhale, gaze follows. And exhale, arms go wide, grab them behind the back, interlace the hands the other way. Roll the shoulders back so the heart center can spread open wide. Elbows are bent, moving towards one another. Steady breath. Slowly release. If you're sitting up on anything, then move it to the side. Soles of the feet together. Hands at the ankles. And let's take some spirals here. So moving into space. You can use your hands to kind of pull you around. Feel free to rock on one hip and then the other. We're going to move slow and steady tonight and go the other way. And release. Cross the ankles, roll over the knees into tabletop position. Spread the hands wide on the mat. Hips over the knees and shoulders over the wrists. Reach the right leg back. And we're going to place the foot over towards the left side of the mat. So it's kind of crossing over the left foot, and I'm gazing back at the left heel. So you're getting kind of a side body stretch here. On an exhale, going to come forward. Take the knee towards the right elbow. Push the ground away. Reach the leg back. Place it back over to the left side as you turn and twist. Exhale, pull it forward. Knee to the elbow. Once more, so building just a little bit of warmth here. Gaze back, side body stretch. Exhale, knee to the elbow. And then bring the knee in the middle, step it through. So you can pick it up, grab it with the hand if you'd like to have some help pushing it forward. Inhale, open the heart. And exhale, shift the hips back. Lengthen the front leg. It doesn't need to go straight. You're just lengthening it. And we'll do this a couple times with breath. Inhale. Shift forward. And exhale, shift back. Lengthen the front leg. Inhale, shift forward. Listen up. Gaze back at the right, at the left leg. And then bring the left foot over towards the right side of the mat. Begin to shift the hips back. And come all the way to a seat. The front leg, the right leg is going to cross over the left leg. So knee over knee. Option, you can extend the bottom leg straight. So you have the top leg wrapped around. You can also, and get a little bit more space here, you can sit up on a block or on a blanket. So a couple different options here. Some options that you can do. You can fold forward. Some of us will like to fold forward here. So you can try that on for size. I normally like to stay up. This is plenty for me. And then this way I can put my hands in my arches. Get a little massage. Wherever you go, just be sure that the breath is steady and fluid in the body. Don't sacrifice your breath to get deeper into the pose. Maybe some audible exhales. Oof. This feels good. I like taking my thumb knuckle into my arches. Getting myself a massage tomorrow to celebrate. I think it's important that we celebrate ourselves. So whatever that means to you. I took a beautiful walk today as well. And on my land. Saw kangaroos. If you're folded forward, begin to come back up. We're going to come back into the lunge. So you can first sit back on the hips, extend the right leg forward. You can use your hands, shift forward, back into the lunge. Come all the way. Inhale, lift, open heart. Exhale, shift back, half splits. Inhale, come forward, plant the hands, downward facing dog. Wide, lazy, downward dog. Bend the knees, bring the hips back, bring the belly to the thighs. And just find any organic movement here. Wave the spine. And then inhale, wave forward, roll forward into a plank pose. Bring the knees down. Bend the elbows, open the heart. And shift the hips back, child's pose. 3 rounds of breath. Chin to chest, roll up. Tabletop. And take a couple wiggles here. Just moving in to the space in the body. And we come to stillness. Left leg extends back. Begin to arch over towards the right side and plant the right toes, the left toes over on the right side. So we're having this side body stretch here. So this will be an inhale. And then our exhale, we're going to bring the knee to the elbow, push the ground away. Inhale, reach back and over, touch the toes. Exhale, slowly curl in, elbow, knee to elbow, push the ground away. So you can move with a little bit of resistance here to activate it more. Inhale, arch, side body. Exhale, tap and curl, tap in, yeah. Once more. Reach, reach, reach. And then exhale. Tap. And then gaze at the top of the mat. Take a big step through, however you'd like to get there. Inhale, shift the hips forward, heart opens. Hands can be on blocks for a bit more space. Exhale, lengthen the front leg as you shift back, half splits. Twice more like this with breath. Inhale moves you forward, open space. And exhale, pour forward as you shift the hips back. And again, inhale, forward. And then exhale, shift back. You're going to bring the right foot over towards the left side of the mat as you sink the hips all the way back onto the ground. Wrap the left leg on top, knee stacks over knee. Same options as we had on the other side. You can extend the bottom leg long. You can also sit up on a cushion, on a block, on a bolster. Make the pose work for you. We're not trying to get you into a certain pose. We're trying to try that pose on and see how it works in your body. So never trying to fit inside a shape, just looking for sensation. Lots of different ways to do all of it. Any variations that you'd like, fold forward. Give yourself a little foot massage. You do you. It might be different on this side as well. And something that I shared to the group today that I think is really important for me as well. I have a tendency to have something really beautiful happen and move right on to the next thing, whether that be an accomplishment or whether it be, a sweet moment or a sunset or something, and just going on to the next thing, not really savoring. We live in this kind of sense of urgency sometimes of like, oh, we have to do. So I'm really trying to repattern that. So I was encouraging the students to don't just move on to the next thing. We begin to pattern, really soaking the sweetness up. You've heard me talk about sukha, savoring sukha. It's the same concept. The more that we can learn to savor the sweet moments in life, the more we actually create the pattern to know how to do that. Our brains are pattern-making machines. They predict what we've done in the past. And it wants to do something that we've done in the past. So let's create a past where a future or a current, let's create a present that becomes the past in our future. Wow, okay, that makes no sense. You know what I mean. But what we do now really does have effect on our future. We want to savor the sweet moments. Really let them fill us up. So I encourage you to do that. You can do it with little things, with big things. Even just noticing, the beautiful clouds on a walk. Maybe take a moment, stop and really notice. Like literally stop to smell the flowers. And finding ways to celebrate us as well. I think often we think that that's selfish or something. I don't know where that has came from, but it definitely is a message that we get. So rewrite it. Begin to shift back. Oof. We're going to extend the left leg forward. We're going to come back where we came from. You can use the hands to move forward. Inhale, low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Then one breath, one beat back. Exhale. Send the hips back. Inhale, come forward, open heart, tuck the back toes. And shift back downward, facing dog. Inhale, wave forward, plank pose. And exhale, bring the knees to the ground. Bend the elbows as your heart opens up. And exhale, down to child's pose. 3 rounds of breath. Chin to chest. Roll forward into tabletop. Put the weight into the left hand. Right arm lifts up, pulls back like a bow and arrow. Gaze follows the fingers. Into exhale, thread the needle. Come all the way down. Some options here. Left arm can reach towards the top of the mat, maybe over towards the right side of the mat. So you might feel that your hips are swaying over towards the left. See if you can tack them back a little bit. See if that opens some more sensation. Some of you might like to explore reaching the left leg back. You might roll over, then that's all right. A little balance thing to explore if you're into that right now. Or you can stay sturdily with both knees planted on the mat.
One more breath. In and out. Left hand plants right in front of the gaze. Press into the ground to unwind all the way. Gaze follows the right hand. Listen. The hips are going to move back towards the heels. Stay twisted in the torso. The right hand plants, the left arm lifts. So you can stay right here. Maybe extend the hips forward. One more inhale wherever you are. And exhale. Wave back. Child's pose. Hands go back. Forehead comes to the ground. 3 rounds of breath. Settle. Feel the breath in the side ribs and the back body, as well as pushing into the thighs. 360-degree breath. Arms reach forward, chin to chest as you round into tabletop. I'm going to switch sides. Weight into the right hand as the left hand pulls back. Gaze comes up. Big inhale here, one more. And exhale, thread through. Left cheek comes onto the floor. Options with the arms. Reach them forward, reach the right arm forward, maybe even reach it behind the back. Check out if your hips have swung over to the side. It's fine if they do, but just know that they are and make that a conscious choice. One more inhale. And release. Right hand comes in front of the gaze. Press down to lift up and unwind. Hips sink back to the heels. Left hand plants. Right arm comes up and back. Maybe lifting the thighs forward if that feels supportive in your practice. And sink the hips down. This time we'll just sit hips to heels and bring the hands back into Padma mudra. Just feeling the breath in the body. Just a moment of thanks to this practice. And a thank you to yourself. We forget to do that so often. Thank you for showing up for you. Gaze down at the hands, shift them forward, lift them up on an inhale. And exhale, bring the hands down by the side. And we're going to just shift the legs forward, so kind of however you want to get there. Legs go all the way forward. And we're going to take the caterpillar pose. We'll do it in a yin style. So it's a forward fold, but we're going to do it in a soft yin style. So yin style is we are going to soften everything. We're not lengthening. We're not even looking for a stretch. We're looking to get into the connective tissue and the fascia underneath. So we stay for longer. So you don't have to go. You don't have to go very deep. I would probably go about 50 to 60% maybe that you normally would, because the intensity, some intensity can come from the time that we spend in the pose. So don't worry about going so far down. You can use a bolster if you have one. I'm going to use a block. You can use 2 blocks, however you'd like to do, but maybe find a support for the head. So I'm going to rest my forehead right on top. And I like to, when possible, lift the palms up, kind of in this gesture of receiving in yin pose. It just reminds me to surrender and to release, which is often the work. Learning to let go. So maybe there is, maybe there's something in your life that you could loosen your grip on. Tends to normally, for me, be something that I could let go of just a little bit. Normally a lot, but. Maybe imagine what it would feel like if you could. Maybe that doesn't happen today, but try on the feeling and the sensation of what it would be like if you could just release a little bit. Maybe not let go, but maybe let be. Some things aren't really let goable, but there's always space to let things be a bit more. Let them not have so much control over us. Take about 5 rounds of breath here so you have some space. Settle in. Deep ins and outs. One more inhale, followed by a full exhale. Just begin to press down into everything that's touching the earth, pressing down through the sit bones and the legs so that the torso slowly rolls up. And taking a couple moments to calibrate. You can even let this rebound be a practice to not move right on to the next thing, to pause and to savor. And move into our next pose. So we're going to come down onto the back, maybe shift the hips forward. We're going to come into Viparita Karani, legs up the wall. You can do this at a wall if you'd like to just sally your booty up to a wall and put your legs up. I don't know why I said sally your booty, but however you'd like to get over there. You can alternatively just lift the legs up. I really like to put a block underneath. You can also use like a rolled up blanket. So it lifts the hips a little bit above the heart and then bring the legs up. Ugh, feels so good. I'll take this blanket and just pop it over me. This is a heavy yoga blanket. I love it. The weight. It feels so nice. I want to get a weighted blanket for my bed. So really embodying some release here. We're on our feet all day, letting things flow in a different way. You may even find some really nice release if you have any SI issues. The block always finds some little nuggets in my sacrum. Maybe palms up here. Hands can be palms up on the ground. Maybe they're wide overhead. Or maybe they're at the heart and at the belly. Your choice. Oh, this is really good. This is the pose that you can stay in for quite a long time. I had a roommate that used to have me time him at night. He stayed in it for like 20 minutes. 20 minutes a night. It was really helping with his back issues. We won't stay in for 20 minutes, but we'll be here for about another minute. Notice sensation in the body. Really observe it. What's happening right now? What do you feel? What do you sense? Any heat or cold or vibration in the body? Pulsing. Yoga really gives us the opportunity to practice our curiosity, get curious about what's going on. Slowly release, maybe bending the knees. If you're up against the wall, there's not a super graceful way to come out of it, so you just kind of get out however you'd like, maybe swinging the legs over towards the side, maybe stopping with the knees towards the chest. And if the block's underneath, you can just move it out and roll down. And take a moment noticing here, the sacrum comes down on the ground. What are you feeling as the legs come back down? I have some wave sensations in my legs. I'm getting really relaxed. I'm gonna start slurring. And then now maybe move the legs side to side if that feels good. Windshield wiper the legs. Come into one more pose. Do a supported fish pose, heart opener. Many different ways to do this one as well. So you can roll up a blanket. That's one option. You can roll up a blanket. You can put it either longwise or you can put it across at the bra strap as well. I'm gonna grab this bolster. If you have a bolster, and this is a fairly large bolster, I'm gonna place it, you can also do the same. You can place it longwise or you can place it across. And if you wear a bra strap, or if you don't, where it would be, were you to wear one, it's kind of where it's gonna cross. And then I like to take the head to a block, but it depends on how big your bolster is. Maybe you have a smaller bolster and you don't need it. Sometimes you might want some support underneath the sacrum as well. So it'll be different for everyone. All of our bodies are different, and depending on what props you're using. And if you have a blanket handy, or maybe you have a puppy by you that would come and lay by you to keep you warm. Soon, come January, when I get back from some work stuff, puppy time. The legs can be extended long. You can bend the knees. That might give some more space in the low back. Or you can have the knees widen the feet together in like a butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana, so different options. With the arms, maybe a big T overhead or a big Y, cactus the arms. Maybe the hand to the heart, hand to the belly. Wherever feels nice, take up space. This is going to be our final pose, so let's all savor this. See if you can observe and notice and feel like you could sponge up this last couple of minutes. Really be here, be present with it. Presence practice. Sending breath to sensation. 3 more rounds of breath. Whenever you're ready, rolling to the side, the fetal position. You're absolutely welcome to stay here. You can also alternatively come up into a seat. And if you're coming up into a seat, wherever you are, take a moment in stillness to savor the practice before going on to the next thing. And begin to pattern that, to pattern really being present, really feeling, really juicing whatever experiences that are coming through. Each have something for us. Layered up, these moments make our lives. So many we are just passing by, so invitation, encouragement, and a reminder to myself, big time to myself as well, to try to stay. Soak it up. Let's take the hands in our mudra for the night. Padma mudra. And gaze down. Gaze down at your flower here. Possibility, holding all the things. Inhale, begin to bring the mudra forward and up on an inhale. And then exhale down, back to the heart. And just place the hands on the heart. Let's take one breath in. And one breath out the mouth. Thank yourself for showing up today. Thank you for trusting me with your practice. Namaste. Thank you all so much for letting me share this practice with you. It truly is an honor. Thank you. And if you all are interested in the Mindfulish School and want to check it out, there's some links below. We have another session that has some spaces left that takes off in October. So if you're ready for a community-driven yoga exploration and interested in teaching or self-development for yourself, then reach out. Would love to chat about it. And I will see you next time on your mat. Ciao.